Hi guys! Welcome back to Brujabrew. It has been a minute. I'm done giving explanations. But after all, it was the year of our Lord and Savior 2025. So I feel like I don't have to give an explanation. I feel like you know. I feel like we know. We know, you know? But I wanted to jump on here before the year ended. A lot has happened. And I have yearned to just yap with y'all and just get my thoughts out there. And it's really funny because I have now transitioned into yapping with video diaries because I just want to talk. But I'm like, I have a whole podcast. I have a whole YouTube channel. Let me yap to the people. So here I am, and let's get started. So hi guys, welcome to Brujabrew, a podcast where I talk about all the things. I forgot my intro. Give me a second. Hi guys, welcome to Brujabrew, a podcast where I talk about... Oh my god, this is unacceptable. Give me 1 second. I pulled it up. I'm going to read it from here and then we're going to go. Welcome back to Brujabrew, a podcast by me, your host, Maria, where I talk about the magical and unmagical lessons I'm learning in my 20s via dark humor, messing up, clearly, a little angst, and most importantly, talking shit. So grab your choice of brew and join the coven. Today's choice of brew is tea. It's December. It's cold. I have chamomile tea here and té de 7 azares. I don't know what that means in English, but I know I'm gonna be knocked the fuck out in like 30 minutes, so. Let's take advantage that I am conscious right now. So, a lot has happened in a year. And coincidentally, my birthday just passed like about 3 weeks ago. I turned 28. Oh my god, the bitch is close to 30. And all to think that at 21 or 20, I wanted to end it all. So now it's like I am nearing the end of my 20s. And that's crazy. So today's episode is going to be about 27 things I learned in how do you say it? It's 27 things I learned at 27. Now that I'm 28, I can make this episode. And let's get started. I will be yapping and catching up with y'all as these lessons go. And I think it'll be a great summary and catch up of what has happened, plus what I actually learned about it. And it's a great like end of year review because we are in December and 2026 is around the corner. Will we still have a democracy or anything left of it? I don't know, but here we are. So, lesson 1. There is a difference between self-compassion and self-pity. So I feel like I'm learning this lesson as I continue progressing, because it's been a hard year, you know. I think what's been frustrating for many of us is that we are giving it our absolute best, and then the rug just keeps being pulled underneath, and it's frustrating. So there have been a lot of moments throughout the year where I am like, damn, this sucks. But the difference here is that I recently understood that I have been wallowing in self-pity a lot, you know? So so it's not productive. Yes, I can validate my feelings. Yes, the situation sucks. Yes, things could be better. But the mentality of self-pity is that I'm not gonna do anything about it because woe is me. And I've made an episode before um about weaponizing your anger, not falling a victim to the situation. Because yes, things are hard. So I feel like where I've gotten confused is things have been hard and I had kept myself stuck in feeling bad for myself. That's really what self-pity is, feeling bad for yourself. But not moving, not progressing, not making a different action on the matter. But then self-compassion, the difference here is that with self-compassion, you validate your feelings and you do something about it. You're kind of like, for example, an example I can give here is I had a really rough day. The lens of self-compassion would say, like, what would speak to me, my inner child, my inner teenager, my inner, well, me as an adult. Like, my adult self is speaking to my inner child and my inner teen, and then saying, okay, you feel bad, you had a rough day, what would make you feel good right now that I can do for you? And sometimes that is giving myself compassion, that and validating that I had a rough day, but it's treating the issue that I'm feeling. So in response, I would go take a warm shower, or I would buy myself a treat, or I would do the hard thing that I don't want to do because I know that it would be me taking care of my inner child and my inner teen. So like the adult me has to reparent herself and figuring it out, because being compassionate towards myself is taking care of myself and all these versions of me. So in turn, here's the fun thing. I'm learning that by doing that, I am taking care of myself, because inner teen me, child me is me. So it's like I'm healing my past wounds by taking care of them, and in turn taking care of myself. So moving forward, I'm changing the narrative to what do I, Maria, what do I need right now? And it's like I just now instinctively take care of myself too. So I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense, but basically, like, for me, the difference between self-compassion and self-pity is that self-pity has no action. You stay there and you expect the world to give you something because you feel bad. When self-compassion, you validate yourself that you feel bad, and you're gonna feel the feeling, but you're gonna treat yourself and take care of yourself and act on it and heal in that way by acting on it, and give yourself that compassion that you're craving so much from the world. We'll get more into that a little bit deeper. Lesson 2. It's better to start and do it half-assed than to do nothing at all. So, listen. I don't want to be the TikTok girly that's like, I have undiagnosed, and then I pull out the big old DSM-5, and I'm like, I have all of these things because all I have, these symptoms are overlapping. Right? So, however, I have ADHD, per my mother, per everyone else, because a lot of my symptoms overlap with it. But I also have depression and anxiety, right? So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because... why why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because at a certain point, your mental health is a crutch for you to not do what you have to do. And I'm saying that because I've done that. So it kind of talks about like the previous point, my previous lesson, where I get stuck on the self-pity, right? And well, lesson 2 really was gonna, what I'm talking about lesson 2 is sometimes like I have the symptoms and sometimes days are hard and sometimes I can't get up and I don't know, like, this is so vulnerable. I don't want to say it. Like, sometimes I don't want to shower because my depression makes it appear that showering is the most difficult task and impossible task ever. And the alternative to that, the half-assed version of showering would be get in, wash my body, and not wash my hair. Because washing my hair, because I have curly hair, is a little bit more tedious, you know? So that's a half-assed version. And that's better than doing nothing. Because this half-assed way of taking care of myself when days are hard is better than not taking care of myself at all. Sometimes I don't want to eat because I don't feel like cooking. So the half-assed version of this would be pulling up a good old Chef Boyardee can, the spaghetti meatballs, putting in the microwave, and now I ate dinner. That's half-assed, but I fed myself, you know? So sometimes doing things half-assed is better than nothing at all, because I don't know if it's the fun mental health, like, trifecta or whatever the heck you want to call it, but sometimes the task itself is not hard. It's just that the resistance in my mind to do the thing is so big that I rather do nothing. I rather just sit in my couch, lay in my bed, and do absolutely nothing. And before you get alarmed, I'm fine. I just think it's something that I forget is part of the string lights of the diagnosis, you know? Like, I think my mistake is assuming that because I take medicine to treat and help stabilize my mood with my depression and anxiety, I think that I'm cured and will no longer have symptoms. But it's like, no, babe, it's to treat it and to give you a tool, but you still have to do the work. But instead of beating myself up, half-assing certain things is better than nothing. And it doesn't even have to be currently just to mental health. Sometimes, like, other things that where it's applicable, sometimes half-assing is better than nothing. Some people might disagree because some people, like, I know a lot of, I remember seeing this poster when I was in elementary school, but the poster was like, it's better to do things right than to do them at all. Like, I think I remember that poster, like, back in my elementary days. But sometimes you're gonna have, you can show up in the best way you can show up that day. Because if you wait for the perfect day, the perfect situation, you're not gonna do anything. And I feel like this is especially applicable for my mental health girlies. So you know what? Sometimes it's better to start and do it half-assed. And that also includes, like, pushing yourself out there, like in relationships, in professional development. Again, I will touch on these further. Lesson 3. When your problems seem enormous, life has a funny way of giving you a reality check. But it won't be to shame you, but rather to ground you, to count your blessings and be more grateful. So, I had a recent episode. Again, because it's there. It just, and then with the winter time, I feel like a lot of the girlies experience that it comes up on you, sneaks up on you. So in this recent episode, I really was like, life is rough. Like, I don't have this and this and this and that and this and that and this and that. And I was just self-pitying myself so bad, like nasty bad. And I vented to my boyfriend about this. And he was like, hey, let's reflect a bit on what you're saying and count the blessings that you do have that you're not seeing because of how you're viewing the moment right now, you know? And then I think I was it at that moment. That's not what I wanted to hear, because I wanted to stay in this self-pity mentality. But then life had a funny way of sneaking up on me. I had taken my car that month to the mechanic about 2-3 times every paycheck. So bi-weekly, like every 2 weeks, I had taken my car. And then after I vented to my boyfriend about what happened and I had that episode, I kid you not, days later, my car malfunctioned and I had to ride the city bus to work. And that's not a bad thing. Actually, it was on time and early to work those days. But it kind of like, the way I took it was God saying, you want to complain? Life is so bad. I can show you how much worse it can get. And it was like a punch, because it was like, okay, wait. I wasn't even grateful that I had a running car, you know, because I was just thinking in a lack mindset. Like, I'm lacking this and this and this and this, but I wasn't counting the blessings that I do have. So, sometimes your problems are not that big, and that's not to invalidate you. I think it's just that you have to put into perspective a lot of things, you know, and you have to count your blessings, because I find that when you get stuck in a lack mindset, then yeah, you are living a shitty situation. You know why? Because you're never going to be satisfied. Because when you get the thing that you want, you're still going to be stuck with the mentality of you don't have enough. That's the part they don't tell you. Lesson 4. The past affected you, yes. So what are you going to do about it now? In the present? And how will you move forward? So, again, trauma exists, right? Like, everyone has their story. And I think the thing about trauma is that sometimes it visits you again, or that memory visits you again, and you're kind of brought back to those feelings and then those negative feelings, right? And I'm learning that sometimes you have to just let feelings visit and pass and not act out on it, because if not, you are chaining. That's a good image. You're chaining yourself to that trauma and allowing it to drag you around, and you're not cutting the chain off of yourself, which means you're stuck living in the past. Again, not to invalidate your experience, but I think that you don't want to be the victim in your own story. Like, yes, this happened. This was awful. Validate yourself. Remember, it's that mentality of self-compassion. Like, yes, this sucked. I was hurt. Okay. And I'm gonna treat myself with this, or get help for this, or see how I can move so that I can let the past go and move along, you know? Instead of self-pity, where if you're stuck in the past, you're going to stay in the past and you're not going to allow space or room for future blessings or people that are gonna be in your life there to love you for who you are. Because guess what? You're stuck resenting people in the past that don't even think about you anymore and haven't for a very long time. You know? So it's kind of like, what are we gonna do with this information? You know? Lesson 5. You can want more out of your life. Deserve it even. But if you don't steward what you have now and see it for a preparation of what is to come, you're failing the test. Again, you deserve the world, babe. I agree. Yes. You deserve the money, the car, the boo thing, the dreams, the career, the lavish lifestyle, the everything. I'm not contradicting you on that. I'm not. But if you're not taking care of what you have right now, like for example, I always use myself as an example. I love my apartment. Love her. Love her. She's that girl. She's so girly pop. And I one day want my condo, maybe a house. But am I really showing the universe and God that I can handle that blessing if my apartment is messy? More than I would like to admit. You know what I'm saying? And like finances, like if I am spending money irresponsibly, am I really showing God that I can handle more money if I can't handle the money I have now? You know, it's like the mentality thing. Lesson 6. Financial decisions have consequences, but you shouldn't feel guilty for getting yourself a treat. I refuse to only work to pay down my debt and not enjoy my life too. Yeah, girl. Because, listen, it's tight out here. Okay? Because things go up. Like, rent goes up every year. Health premiums go up every year. Grocery prices are going up every year. Yes. Yes. Debt is there. Yes. I acknowledge all of that. Can't ignore it. But I don't want my personality to be my struggle. I don't want to be the poster child or the poster woman of struggle. Like, I'm not gonna beat myself up because I wanted to buy a coffee or something from a store, or like treat myself one day and get my nails done. These things are expensive, or can be expensive, or very, very minimal. But like, I promise you, the world's not gonna end over that one purchase. Like I feel like if you hold on to money so tightly that you're scared to even use it, it's just not gonna flow. Like, there's been a lot of times that I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be responsible with my money, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it because it looks kind of tight. And then I'm given a random opportunity to make the money that I was missing, or I'm just blessed with it, you know? And then that's like, oh, okay, God, you told me to have faith in you and that you were gonna figure it out, and you figured it out. My bad, you. I was panicking there for a little bit. So like, again, be responsible, but also like, don't punish yourself for wanting to experience life's little joys. Like, you know, I just don't want to have struggle be my personality. I don't know. 7. This was in Spanish and I didn't translate it because I don't remember how to do it, so I'm gonna do it live. So 7. Dios aprieta pero no ahorca, which translates to God will tighten the grip, I guess, but he will not choke you. So this saying basically is, things might get tight, but that doesn't mean that like God might make things tight, right? As in, like, things are a little rough, or like, he might let it get to a certain degree of that, but he's not going to let go of your hand, and he's not going to make you suffer or let it get that bad. There's always going to be a solution. So, like, relax. There will always be a way out. Like, there's always a solution to things, is how I took it. Lesson 8. I don't want... Listen to that. I said this already. Lesson 8. I don't want my struggle to be my personality nor my testimony. I want my testimony to be that despite everything, I loved and I lived my life to its fullest, because it all worked out. I am a very big believer that it's all gonna work out, because in my worst, it has worked out. So why wouldn't it work out again and 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 again? And like, I think my faith has like reassured me of that. Don't get me wrong, my anxiety tells me, girl, but is it really though? So it's a work in progress. Number 9, it's okay to ask for help. I don't like asking for help. My mind tells me that I'm a burden when I ask for help. But it's been healing to talk to my loved ones, my friends, my boyfriend, my parents, and be like, hey, I'm struggling in this area, and then pouring love and support and encouragement. Because sometimes what I just need is someone to listen to me or hear me out. I don't really want someone to solve my problems for me, but it is very encouraging to be validated in that aspect. And then sometimes I do get solutions to my problems that I didn't think, or maybe not even a solution, but a different perspective that pushes me to find the solution myself. So like, it works out. Lesson 10. Being in community is healing. Yes, it's been a rough year for all of us, and it's been very healing to catch up with friends and see how good they're doing, and share that joy with them, celebrate them, because you're reminded that, hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Like, there are good things happening, and it's so nice when it's happening to the people you love too, because you know their story, and in the same way, like, when it's good that when good things are happening in my life, I'm being celebrated by my loved ones. And when things are bad, also, like, I am encouraged and love is being poured onto me. So I love my community. Love them. Love y'all. 11. Life can change in the blink of an eye. Girl. Literally, never say out loud, things can get worse. That's a challenge, y'all. Okay? You are challenging God and the universe to be like, okay, bet. But also, in a good way, life can change in the blink of an eye. Because I don't think anything is predictable. At certain times, it just be like that. Like, things can change in the blink of an eye. 13. Cooking is actually fun. Like, I learned to cook a lot of different meals this year. And this is a lesson, okay? Because I am barely teaching myself how to cook at my grown age. But it's been fun. It's very therapeutic, actually. So I'm glad I can say I can cook some meals. Cajun pasta, Cajun shrimp pasta, I can do that real good. 13. Lesson 13. I am wealthy in love and blessings. Listen, I was reading The Psychology of Money, and it put in perspective that what you consider wealth, someone else might think that it's not wealth, and another person might be like, wow, you are filthy rich. And that's not about finances alone. Like I am wealthy in love and blessings because I am living so many of the prayers that I prayed for, you know? Have my apartment, I have a boyfriend that is supportive and very sweet, and this episode ain't about him, girl. But you know, like, and I have a support system that like I'm being poured and loved, you know? So like I have my apartment, I have my car, I have my career, and what a blessing that I can strive for more because I'm content with what I have right now. I feel ready to grow because I'm wealthy with what I have now, you know? Lesson 14. You really do glow differently when you're being loved, right? Girl, I just said I was gonna talk about my man. And here I am. Hold on. Listen, short and brief. There's been, and I've been told by others that there's been a different glow to me with my boyfriend being in my life and loving on me. And I agree because it's so nice to be with someone that finds your natural features, like your curly hair, you without any makeup, your physique, your mentality, your goals, so attractive, and pushes you to be better and doesn't envy you, like that you and like I am loved so selflessly that my boyfriend asked me to choose myself and prioritize my goals and dreams and not give up things for him because he wants me to be good even if he's not in the picture, you know? Because obviously we want to be together forever. But like the way I'm being loved is I'm being encouraged to be better for myself, not be better out of benefit. And that's cute. Like I am like forced to stare at myself and be like, yeah, what are my goals? Yeah, I am beautiful. You're right. Like, oh, I do have a fat ass, but that one I knew. So like, yeah, it's nice. And I'm glad he's in my life. Love him. Let's see. 15. I cannot force the people I love to do something even if I think it's in their best interest, but I can show my support. So this is kind of ironic because I think it goes both ways. There's been times where I've been very chaotic and have wanted to self-sabotage, and my friends can't force me to do anything because I have free will. But they have been there for me and held my hand and heard me out. So it's only fair that I do the same. Like I don't want my friends to do certain things, but because I love them and I support them, my job as a friend is to be there for you, you know? And if you want my honest opinion, I'm gonna give it to you, but also like let's talk about consequences if this path continues, you know, because I want what's best for you, but you have every right to act as you wish because it is your life, you know? So it's kind of funny having that flip. Yeah. 16. Expecting to be loved and received by others exactly how you will love and receive them causes resentment and really is a sign that you are abandoning yourself because you are craving yourself to pour back into you. So this was crazy. In therapy, I have expressed to my therapist that I get really frustrated because when things have happened in the past, I think what I would always say is, but I wouldn't do that to someone. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. That's not how I would do it. Or, you know, kind of like you know, it always comes down to like, I wouldn't do someone like that. And she's always reminded me, but they're not you. They don't have your heart. And I think that finally clicked. Because I'm going to love, I'm going to pour into you, I'm going to love you and support you. But you're not going to give me that exact copy and paste version of what I give to you because you're not me, and that's okay. Because, hold on, because I am being given love by the people in my life the best way that they know how and in their own way. And I think it's about stepping back and realizing being loved by others is not going to be a copy and paste version of how you love them. And that's okay, right? Because they're not you. The hold on was because the reason why this is not okay will really only apply when the love is one-sided, where you are the only person pouring into that person and they are meeting you with hatred, with nasty rejection, and not even trying to meet you halfway, right? I think that's a huge distinction of what I'm talking about. To conclude that point, because I can't get further with it, is you can't expect others to love you the way you will love them to love. You can't expect others to love you how you would love them, right? But oftentimes when you are really intense and or desperate even to get that validation from another person, or that love, that yearning, it's really a call from inside the house, inside your home, inside of your heart, where you want that from yourself, but you're not giving it to yourself because you are outsourcing your validation. You are outsourcing the love that really you're seeking from yourself, but you're not giving it to yourself. You're confusing the love and care and validation that you crave as something that needs to be given to you by somebody else for it to be worthy and to be of value, when you really are looking for that from yourself, but you're not giving it to yourself. So it's different, right? Because there's some words, there's some perspectives that other people, as much as they love you, cannot speak for your heart because they don't know you to the extent and the vulnerability that you know yourself. So sometimes it does have to come from you to you, and that doesn't make them a villain because they still show up for you in the best way that they can. But also there's another difference to that, where if they're actually not showing up for you and actually are very terrible and are hurting you, then that's a relationship you should reconsider and having in your life to begin with. Because then that does apply where, like, I wouldn't do you like that. Like, yeah, I wouldn't hurt you that way, so why are you hurting me? So you have to, like, be introspective and see, like, what is your boundary? What is your standard of care, of respect, of love, you know? And if that person is, like, degrading you, humiliating you, bullying you, speaking down on you, speaking fear into your dreams and goals and aspirations, and not even bringing positivity in your life or encouragement or care or love, then, like, is that really someone that you should be pouring love to begin with, so use your discernment with that. Lesson 17. No one can be your everything. You are your everything. So I kind of touch on that a bit, but I don't think it's fair to put everything on one person. And it's a lesson I learned because I have felt suffocated in the past when I was the go-to for everything that was going wrong. Because part of the childhood, I wouldn't call it trauma, but my childhood experience was I had to figure it out. So why can't you figure it out, And I've healed from that quite a bit because I love to help. If I can help you, I can help you. But I feel like there comes a time where I have had to acknowledge that, hey, like, my boyfriend cannot be my savior. My best friends cannot be my savior. Like, there are people that can love you to where they can love you, and no one should have to really, like, have the weight of all of your problems and all of your struggles and all of that, because what happens there sometimes is that you forget that the other person also has troubles and traumas and problems. And I'm not sure if I'm going about this the right way with the right wording, but I find that for me it's unhealthy to make one person my everything, because then it takes away my accountability and responsibility for my own life, and it really builds a groundwork, a frame, the groundwork for a codependency, and that's not a dynamic I want to have, because I don't want to be babied, but I do want to be listened to when my heart, like, is hurting, So there's, like, finding that balance that, you have a whole entire community. Reach out to people, yes. Don't shy away from them, but also, like, keep in mind that it's not just you, but also take care of you, but be considerate. I don't know. Number 18. It's okay to disappoint others and yourself. Don't wallow in shame. Learn the lesson, take accountability, and move on. I'm learning, everything is a learning process. I have disappointed people in my life. I have disappointed myself. But again, don't wallow in the self-pity. You learn what you learn from the moment, and sometimes what is best for you, people are not going to agree with. And you're going to have to live it, go through it. It is your life, you know? So why shrink? Why be a side character in your own life? You know, you are the main character of your own life. So not everyone's gonna be happy with your decisions, and that's okay. You'll figure it out. Even if you fuck up, even if you fail, you're gonna figure it out. There's no other way. And I think that in the moments that I've disappointed others, but especially myself, it's where I've grown the most, because I learn what it is that is important to me, what it is that I value, and what it is that I want to get better on. And as a recovering people pleaser, you're gonna have to get over the fear of disappointing people, because it's gonna happen regardless if you please everyone. So you know yourself better than anyone else will know you, and there is power to that, you know. Let's see, what are we on? We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Hold on. Lesson 19. Sometimes it's best to not give yourself room to hesitate. Act first. So in my brain of brains, if I give myself too much time to think about it, I just won't do it. It can be as trivial as I am gonna take out the trash, but I don't want to take it out. I don't want to like touch the trash bag, so maybe I'll do it tomorrow, but maybe I can do it today. See, all that time of me pondering, I'm just not doing anything, and what do I end up? I go to bed. I'm like, that's tomorrow's problem, right? But if I think to myself, I have to get that done, ugh, like I can complain. I could be like, ugh. Or I could be like, okay, yeah, whatever, and do it. Like, I cannot, for certain things, I cannot give myself room to hesitate or to think too much, because then I'm not gonna do it, because my anxious part of my brain is gonna be like, well, let's ponder all of these options. And that bleeds into like other parts of my life, because then sometimes I feel like I get decision paralysis and I don't act out on life plans, life goals, life dreams, out of fear that of everything that can happen, you know. So sometimes you can't give yourself you can't not give yourself room to hesitate. Sometimes you have to just go, and it'll work out one way or the other. You're either gonna learn from it or you're gonna succeed. Cause is it really failure if you learn something out of it, you know? Lesson number 19. That's the one I just read. Lesson number 20. I, in fact, have survived my first year of living on my own, and I am so happy that I made that jump. Round of applause. She did it. She is an adult. She has her own apartment. Bills paid. Rent paid. Ass fat. But like, I did it. You know, I've been wanting to do this, and I had people tell me I wasn't gonna be able to do it, and then I believed I couldn't do it, and then I said fuck it. I did it. Part of my story in getting this apartment in particular is that one of my friends lives in the apartment complex, and the friend group would hang out at her place, and I liked the area, right? So then when I came back from last year, no, when I came back from New York last year, I was like, I want to move out. Like it was like a bug in my butt where I was like, I need to move out. Like I have to do this. I have to do this. I had money saved, and then I remember like the apartment that I toured. Before I toured it, I said, God, if I have to, if it is your will for me to live in these apartments, give me a sign. And what happened is that when I went to get the apartment tour, the apartment that I toured, am I okay? The apartment number of the apartment unit I toured was 1616. So, as a retired witch, as a girly of the signs, like 16, first of all, angel numbers, right? But 16 is my favorite number because my birthday is November 16. So then to see 1616, I felt like it was a sign that I'm like, oh my God, this is my sign. And then long story short, look how chaotic it was. Last November, it was New York. Then it was my birthday, and then I moved out the week after. So like back to back. And here I am. I have been here officially for a year. I learned a lot. I am still learning a lot. And I think what I'm most proud of and feel accomplished in is that I did it. Like rent paid this entire year. Like it's a lot. Like my apartment feels like my apartment now. Like it's cozy, it's cute. And I'm glad I took that gamble because there's nothing like having your own space, you know? There's nothing like coming home, like it's saying it's my home, and it's cute. Like, and I think for me it's especially special because like with when I lived at home, like I didn't really have my own space, you know? So to finally give myself the space, like an entire apartment for myself, it's like huge for me, you know? So I'm glad that I took that gamble, and I'm really proud of myself for making it work and making it happen. And love her, love her, love her, love her. And I'm proud of myself. Okay, let's see. Lesson number 21. I need to bet on myself more. And I think this apartment is a good example of that, because there was a seed of doubt of how am I gonna do it? Can I really do it? And then I said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And let me show you how. And I did do it. You know, there's learning curves, but it got done. And there are more learning curves to get over, but it's getting done. And I really love that about myself, that I'm gonna complain about the situation first. Yes, sure. But I'm gonna figure it out. So, yeah. Lesson 22. I should do more hobbies more often. Yes. I am so funny because I love podcasting. I love creating the videos, editing the videos. And my excuse when I lived with my mom is that I didn't have time. And I didn't have my own space. But I graduated college last year. So I in a sense have more time and have my own space. So what's the excuse, you know? And then I just feel like I make excuses on why I can't do it. And then today I'm like, you know what? You put some lip gloss, pull out my camera, and get to work. And I removed the hesitation and the friction from that. And I'm like, fuck it, let me do this. So like, I've enjoyed having hobbies. Like, I got a bike. I bike in the park. It has a flat right now. I have to fix it. But like, it's fun to exist outside of other relationships. Like, what do I want to do? You know? Some things, I bought roller skates the other day, and I like went around the park, and I was like about to fall a couple times, but like I didn't. And I was so proud of myself that I didn't fall, because I used to skate like religiously when I was or rollerblade religiously when I was a kid in my mom in my childhood home. To do it again as a like 27-year-old, it was like, oh my god, I still can do it, yay. So it's fun. It's like I get excited. It's like, it's really fun, like, to just have fun and figure things out. And some things that I want to do moving forward are like, maybe pick up like sewings to like do cute outfits, maybe do adult ballet. That would be really fun, because I always wanted to be a ballerina. Pole dancing classes sounds really fun too, because I could be sexy. And that's a workout. If I could get that body. Yes. And I've been gymming. I've fallen off recently, but life is life. And yeah, like, I just need more hobbies, because sometimes maybe I do have too much time to worry about silly things, or maybe not so silly things, but life will continue on regardless of you freaking out or not freaking out. That's another extra lesson there. Lesson 23. Taking care of myself is a privilege. That kind of falls into a lot of areas. I am alive, and as someone who wants to live a long life, to take care of myself is a privilege, because I am here now. I have plans for the future now. And taking care of myself would be in the pillars of mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, financial health. So like, I really am my own sim character. So like, have fun, but also like, but I have fun, right? And I should treat it as a privilege and not a chore. Like, I shouldn't, I should not treat myself as a burden. I should not treat the act of taking care of myself as a burden or a chore, because then what am I telling myself? That I am a burden, that I am not someone worth taking care of. Oh, but if someone else needs something or needs to be taken care of, I go running, making sure they're good, that they're okay, that they're that, going way above and beyond, more than they asked for, because that's how I like to show my love and show that I care. But why can't I give that to myself? Like, why can't I run and go crazy, be dodging bullets, jumping over tables for me? Like, am I not worthy too? You know? So like, it goes back to that self-abandoning. It's like, if I don't do the part of taking care of myself, then I am basically, but do it for everybody else, I'm telling myself that I'm not worthy to take care of. So fix that. We're almost done, y'all. Lesson 24. I don't know what the future holds, and I have to be okay with not being able to control it because it is in God's hands and my job is to be obedient and do my part. All will fall into place in the right timing, but I cannot give up on myself or the vision that God has planted in my heart. Let it be His will. So when I felt like I knew something, something else happened, which like went like whoosh, and I realized I have no control. And as someone who has anxiety, I want to have control of everything, but I can't. And I don't know what the future holds. I am hoping for the best. I am a hopeful girly, but I can only control what I can control. And I hope it all works out for me and my loved ones. That's the summary. Yeah. Lesson 25. I can do hard things. My mind tells me I can't, but this year is a paper trail of me overcoming what I thought I couldn't. My friends can tell you that. My loved ones can tell you that. And I can tell you that because there's a lot of things that I got to do this year, overcome this year, that I thought I couldn't. And I'm glad that I built that resilient muscle where it's like, yes, it's hard, but I'm gonna figure it out. Yes, it's hard, but like I'm getting that hunger to really figure it out for myself and give myself the life I want, the dream I want. So like sometimes that hard moment, the difficult moment, that challenge, that struggle really puts that seed of resilience, of grit in you for you to literally say, fuck, I got no other choice right now but to figure it out. So lesson 26. I am beautiful and worthy now, and I don't need the filters, makeup, clothes, size, income to come beforehand. I am worthy and beautiful now. I need to walk like it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because a lot of the times the mistake here is thinking that once you have this feature, like once you're skinny, once your acne clears up, once you whatever, that you are worthy. No, you're worthy now. No matter what size you're in, no matter what physique you're in. You're worthy now, you're beautiful now. And I feel like that has helped me because I'm stuck not appreciating me right now when it's like, baby, like I want to look back at my pictures and not be like, oh, I remember that I didn't like myself then. No, I want to look back and be like, oh, I had so much fun at 27, at 28. Oh, I loved me here and I love me now. Like, I don't want to be stuck in the past and I don't want to be waiting for the future to love myself. And finally, last point. Lesson 27. The longer I live, the more I realize I know nothing. I'm not sure if this is freeing or terrifying, but I'd rather move forward with faith, fail with faith, succeed with faith, because the obstacle is the way and I can only control my thoughts, actions, mentality, and discipline. I don't want to be a martyr and suffer. I want to be remembered as the person that loved, encouraged, loved to laugh and make everyone laugh, and took care of her people and lived boldly for herself. And yeah, those are my lessons. And that last one, like, I truly know nothing. I feel like I have things figured out, and then it's like a new level is unlocked. But what a pleasure it has been to be in my journey and look back and see how far I've come, and I'm excited to see how far I still have to go. And I don't want to beat myself up in the process. You know, I don't want to be my enemy in the journey. Like, I want to be my best friend in the journey and encourage myself in the journey. And I'm happy. I'm content with my life. I love who I have in my life. I have things that I want to improve on. I have areas in my life I want to grow in. But what a blessing it is that I can figure it out a day at a time. Today is today. So today is my focus. Tomorrow will be tomorrow. And let's see what 28 brings. What 28 brings. Let's see what 2026 brings. And if I don't see y'all before 2025 ends, I really hope that this year was not as cruel to you, that you were able to enjoy good moments, wholesome moments despite everything. I hope that you know that I am proud of you, because we did it, you know, like despite everything, we did it. We're here. This is now. This is our reality. That can scare you, you know, but also it can push you to realize that you survived it. You thrived in it. You can still write your story. You can still make the difference that you want to see in your life, in the world, and everything. And I don't want you to beat yourself up either. You know, let's end the year on a strong note. The climate of the world is tough. It's dehumanizing. It is very depressing. Yes. But I hope you know that you are the hope to yourself. And it mirrors itself to the world. So your resistance is joy. Your resistance is to continue existing. Your resistance is to thrive despite everything. And you survived 2025. I'm claiming it now. You did. And I wish you happy holidays. I wish you a very strong, beautiful, full of blessings 2026. And thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for your support. And I love you. And go check some ass, girl. Hey, hey, hey. I can't be serious. But yeah, thank you. Love y'all. Catch you on the next one. And with that, I wish you good night or good day. Bye.